Hey everybody, welcome to Bestie Book Reviews. I'm here with my bestie, Rudolph.
Man. And I'm here with my bestie in the green sweater.
Yes. The Grinch? Where's green? It could be the Grinch. Okay. So it's time. I can't believe it's actually time for this, but it is time for our December TBR. It's December. Isn't that crazy? Anyhow, before we get started, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Remember, we are still giving away free books. We have lots of fun things between now and 1,000. So you want to be a part of that. So hit that subscribe button down below.
And follow us on Instagram for an extra entry.
Yeah, thank you. I forget that part all the time. So
before we get started, after you've hit that subscribe button, comment and tell us, do you have a TBR? If so, do you stick to it? Jessica, did you stick to your TBR in November?
Kind of. I did better than I did for October.
How many did you get?
6.
Me too.
Seriously?
That's a personal best for me.
Me
6
too.
out of 15.
6 out of 15. Woohoo! Are we even passing at that point? You're the teacher. Figure that out.
No, I think that's still a feeling. It's not even 50%.
Yeah.
But we've shown growth.
Yes, and maybe in the new year we'll be even better. I don't know. I can't make those promises. We're mood readers. It's really hard. But we try. We try so hard.
That's really weird to think that our next TBR video is for January.
I know. It's nuts. Okay, so let's talk about the 15 books each that we want to read in December. Obviously, we're not making promises here. Hopefully, fingers are crossed. So, yay!
All right. Okay, Jessica.
Okay. So the first book that I have is going to be our new release. This is Mafia Virgin by Mila Finelli. This is the 5th book in her Mafia series. This one is a forced marriage romance, obviously Mafia. And I mean, that's pretty much all I know. I haven't read the 3rd and 4th. I need to do that. But I think these ones can be read as standalones. I just want to double check. It doesn't say, but we're going to. So this will be released on December 13th. So yay for Mafia and Christmas.
Oops.
Oops.
Okay, I am so excited. When you said this is a new release, I was like, darn it, she beat me to it.
No, but I have that on my list. Is that what you're going to do now?
Yep, that's what I'm doing now.
Both stay on. And then you can jump into your next one.
What?
Should we both stay on for it and then you can go into your next one?
No, this is mine.
You don't get to own it.
I do. Watch me.
Karen!
I muted Jessica.
I unmuted myself.
Damn it.
Karen, she's being mean.
Fine.
Okay.
We can do it together.
Let's do it together. Okay.
I'd like to point out that a year and a half ago, I read Karen Crompton and loved what I read. Mm-hmm. And then we went to Love in Vegas.
Seattle.
So Karen is mine.
Love in Seattle.
I found her first.
You might have found her first, but you don't get to keep her. We both love Karen.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, fine. I will bring you back and I will share this with you.
Thank you.
So, Echoes of Him is releasing. Okay, I'll unmute you.
Thank you for unmuting me.
Okay.
Somebody take her mute button away.
Echo, I'm the one in control. I actually have the thing that says control. Okay. Echoes of Him releases December 26th. So happy day after Christmas to us. I cannot wait for this book.
Boxing Day. Happy Boxing Day.
I am so excited. So go pre-order this. You do not want to miss out, but just be warned, on the pre-order, it still says it's coming like in summer, but Karen has been posting a lot and it shows that it is It's coming out December 26th. So I'm very excited. So this is about Kale, who is part of the band, the Cold Neptunes.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you said guess. And I'm like,
Oh,
if
no,
that
no,
wasn't
yes.
it, I don't know.
No, Cold Neptune, yep.
Okay. He's part of the band, and we see him in lyrics of her. He's got a drinking problem, and he has like really no gauge of like any sort of self-preservation, it seems like. And so he gets to a point where the band says, you're out or you go to rehab. So he goes to rehab and he meets Sienna. And according to the blurb Karen wrote, Sienna doesn't care that he's a rock star. She wants to know what's really going on with him. And so do I. What has happened to him to make him spiral? And knowing Karen's writing, Jessica, something is hidden. Like there's something lurking, and there's going to be something that we're like shocked to read about.
Oh, I'm sure. But she's his therapist. That's what makes it taboo. She's his therapist. And I'm like,
yes,
he's in rehab, his therapist. I need that book like tomorrow. And I did message Karen yesterday and I said, we're getting ready to do our TBR. For sure, when is it coming out? And she says, as of right now, it is coming out on the 26th. She's like, happy Boxing Day. Or it is Boxing Day. So it is coming on the 26th. So don't let that summer thing scare you. She did that intentionally because Amazon only lets you like change or edit the date so many times and then you get in trouble. So that is going to be the date. So yay. So yeah.
Yes.
We're so excited. Karen, we're excited.
We're very excited.
Yeah. So, okay. So why don't you go ahead and jump into your next one since we did that together?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I have a confession to make.
What?
I got out of order on my books because I just wanted to get to that one first.
Such a bitch.
I know. Okay.
Okay.
So, in other exciting news, is this on yours too, Jessica?
I don't know.
The Christmas Blanket?
No.
By Candy Steiner. Well, it should be, because this is our group buddy read for our readathon during the month of December. Make sure you check back on our channel to find out information more about the readathon. It's going on for the month of December, and we will have a video all about the prompts. So check our Instagram too for that bingo board. But this is our group read, and we will talk about it at the live show, and we'll also be drawing during the live show for prizes. So make sure you check out our announcements. You don't want to miss out on the fun December readathon that we are doing with Amber and Jen from Amber Reads Romance and Bookmarked by Jen. So the Christmas Blanket is going to be a pretty short little Christmas read, but I'm very excited about it. This is about Eliza and River. And Eliza and River are divorced. And Eliza comes back home. She hasn't seen him in 4 years. And she comes back home to see her family. And she ends up running into him. And I don't know. They're stuck somewhere together. I don't know. Like, this is just what it says on the back. I'm not sure why they're stuck, but they're stuck somewhere. So I'm excited to read this. It sounds like a really good second chance romance for Christmas.
Okay. So my next book is also a new release, and this is one that I am so excited for. This is Own Me by K.A. Tucker. This is number 5 in the Wolf Hotel series. I read that last January or February, I want to say, and I was sucked in immediately. Love the story. There is not a lot out other than the fact that it will be out on December 14th. Yep, December 14th. And all it says in the blurb as of right now is that this is a continuation of Henry and Abby's story. And that's all we know. So I'm so excited to jump back into the Wolf Hotel world, but I need to know what this is about. So that's coming here soon.
Okay. I'm having heat stroke.
Okay.
Okay, so my next book is a new release that's coming in December. It comes out on December 14th, and that is Lose You to Find Me by B. Celeste. I have enjoyed this series so far. So this is book number 3 in the Linden You series. This is about Caleb. We've seen Caleb and Rainey a little bit in the other books, and Caleb has proposed to Rainey and Rainey turns him down. Caleb's heart is broken because Rainey was his forever. Like, he thought they were going to get married, get the house, have the kids, all of that. And so he is heartbroken when she tells him no, and he doesn't understand why she says no. So then some sort of tragedy is going to happen that is going to force the two of them back together. Don't know really anything about the book, but I'm excited to read it. So that is what it's gonna, that's what the blurb is telling us it's about so far.
Okay. Well, I have another new release for December as well. So this is called The Fake Mate by Lana Ferguson. Lana Ferguson wrote The Nanny last year, earlier this year. And I really enjoyed that book. So I wanted to give this one a shot as well. This is only her second book, but the first one was written so well, unless she writes on a different pen name that I don't know about, but what else? So this is, it's a shifter romance. And what it says here is two shifters agree to be fake mates, but unexpectedly find something real in this steamy paranormal romantic comedy. So it sounds fun. It comes out on December 5th, and I'm excited to read it. The audio comes out on the same day.
Okay. I have another new release.
Cool.
Very excited about this one. You're going to want to read this too, Jessica.
Is it on my list?
It probably should be. It's called Sexy Pucking Polar Bear by Jenny Francois.
No.
Comes out December 8th. He's a hockey player and he shifts into a polar bear. And she's a cougar shifter who used to be married to sociopathic squirrel shifter.
Are you serious? Are you serious?
I am serious. That is on my TBR. I am reading it when it comes out December 8th.
I am
and you
so
will
impressed.
sit there and you will have a straight face when I talk about my books.
I am so impressed that you have that on your list. Wow. That's cool. Why? What made you pick that up? Seriously.
Because he's a hockey player and he's a polar bear. Why would you not want to read this?
I do want to read it. I'm just wondering why you want to read it.
It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Well, let's see how you like that.
I'm excited.
Okay. So the next thing that I have on my list, you should also have on your list as a new release. So this is coming out on December 1st. This is called Broken Dreams by Corinne Michaels. This is I don't know what series it is. It's the one I read the other day, the first one, which was the nanny one that I read a few weeks ago. Anyhow, this is a single dad fake dating romance.
I love fake dating.
Yep. And the first book in the series, and it doesn't even say what series it is. It's driving me nuts. Whitlock Family. It's a Whitlock Family series. In the first book, in the nanny book that I read, this guy's talked about quite often. His wife died, and he's a single dad, and he needs help. And so, and the town's just kind of in this business all the time. So that's all I pretty much know, but it's Corinne Michaels, so I'm all over it. So I'm excited to read this one when it comes out. And it'll be out like December 1st. So like now. So yay!
Okay. Yay you.
Yay me.
So sorry. Okay, so I have some Christmas books I'm hoping to read during the month of December. So I have Sex, Snow, and Mistletoe by Laura Bernard. And this is a novella, and Melinda is on her way to a wedding that she doesn't even want to be going to when her car crashes. And this is how she meets the handsome stranger.
Okay.
Your turn.
All right. Okay. So I have Snowed In by Eve Newton. I'm not 100% sure what is going on in this one. I know that this is, I believe it's a romantic comedy. It's a standalone. She breaks down the side of the road. She gets snowed in, and it is a why choose as well. So she's snowed in with a bunch of dudes. So Merry Christmas to her. So that's what that one is. It's new. It just came out like within the last week or so. So see how that goes.
Okay. So I have 25 Reasons to Hate Christmas and Cowboys. This is about Isabel and Isabel's boss. So she's hated Christmas for her 25 years of life. It's always been a disaster. And this year, her boss is sending her to Wyoming. So she's from Australia and she's going to Wyoming. So it's going to be cold and snowy. And she gets there, and the cowboy is determined to right her wrongs and get her to fall in love with Christmas. And on the back, L. Thorpe says, it gives you all the feels of a Hallmark movie, but with the steamy scenes you know you've been missing.
Okay. That is what's missing from the darn old Hallmark movies, right?
I know. Chad Michael
Yeah.
Murray never takes his clothes off in those, and it's very disappointing.
Rude. It's so rude. So rude. There's no reverse harems. Blue aliens.
That's taking it too far.
Okay, so the next book that I have on my list is Rush by Emma Scott. All I know with this one is that the heroine is becomes an assistant to a very young, bitter guy who was like really into extreme sports, and he was a photographer and he lived this great life, but an accident happened which left him in a coma, and then he woke up from this coma and he's blind. And so I'm excited for this one. So grumpy blind hero, sign me up. I've had it on my Kindle for a while. It's time to read it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So my next one is Fireside Love by S.L. Sterling. And this is about Christy and Austin. And Christy hates her job, feels like she has no social life. And her friend Addie sends her away for the weekend up to her cabin. And then Austin has lost his wife in a car crash 18 months ago and found out that his marriage was not what he thought it was when this happens. And he goes to the cabin for a weekend to kind of just regroup, I guess. And what do you know? Christy is there. So excited to read that one at
Okay.
Christmas time.
So nothing says Christmas like an alien romance. I know you're so excited about this, and I was just looking to make sure, see if this is a reverse harem. I don't know that it is. So this is called Fairmon, and it's by C.M. Stunick, who is known for her reverse harems. But this seems like it's, I don't know. We'll see when I get into it. But all I know is it's a part of a new trilogy. The first two books are already out, and it's by C.M. Stunick. So I'm good. I'm good. That's all I need. That's all I need.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. My next book, and this is my last Christmas themed book on my TBR for December because I'm not going to probably read all of them anyway. So I wanted to rein myself in. So I picked Dear Santa by Kristen Granada. And this is about Christina, whose ex-fiance cheated on her several years ago. And she just hasn't moved on. And she's going home for Christmas and does not want to deal with the when are you going to have a boyfriend? When are you going to get married? When are you going to have kids? All of that stuff. So she hires Jake to be her fake boyfriend. So this has all of like my favorite Hallmark movie tropes in it. So I'm hoping that it's going to have like the, that little bit more, the steam, the spice, a little bit more than what you get out of the Hallmark movies to really complete that. So I'm looking forward to that one.
Okay. So I will go over my Christmas ones here real soon, but right now I'm getting the other ones out of the way that I'm really excited to read. So we're going to do that. So this next book that I have is Ice Me Out by Lexi Winston. So this is a secret baby ice hockey romance reverse harem. I don't think I need to tell you anything else. That should be enough, right?
Oh my gosh.
Nothing says Christmas like a reverse harem.
I did have one more Christmas book. Whoops.
That's
I wrote
okay.
it at the end of my TBR list. So I'll go ahead and do that one now.
Yeah.
Okay. This is The Christmas Hunk by Sarah Spade. And I really enjoyed Halloween Boo that I read back at Halloween. So I decided I would just, read the rest of her holiday ones as the holidays come up for those ones. So in this one, Allison has had a one night stand on Christmas and he leaves the next day. So just like that song. And a year later, it turns out he's a partner at the firm that she works at. So technically, he's like her boss. And then we switch to Max's point of view on what happened. And he had an emergency and had to leave early that morning. And when he tries to call her, he finds out that the number she gave him was a fake number. Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Okay, I got a Christmas read. And it drives me nuts that the 30% off sticker is here, but apparently that's going to stay there because I can't get it off without ruining this. So this is Lawman's Christmas, and this is by Linda Lil Miller. I read one of her books, and I think in January, February, and I really liked it. So I wanted to try this. So this is obviously historical. This is about a woman who has two young girls, and she's living in the West, and her husband is the sheriff, I think he is, Marshall, and he gets shot and killed. And so now she's a widow with two little girls, and the new sheriff is coming to town, and the house for the sheriff that she lives in is her home. Like, he will move into that one with her, and she's not willing to sell herself at the saloon. So what does a girl do? And so I think I don't know what's going to happen here, but yeah. So yay. Christmas.
All right.
And saloon girls.
Sounds fantastic.
I know.
I need to correct my last book title. It's called This Christmas, and it's number 2 in the Holiday Hunk series. I combined the two to make the Christmas Hunk, but it's This Christmas, second book in Holiday
I like the sound of the Christmas Hunk.
I know. Yeah. All right. So my next one is an author that is going to be at Romance Invades the Rockies. And my goal is to read at least one book by every author that's going to be there. So I figured I needed to get started on that. So I'm going to read Falling for the Jerk by Amy Alves. And this is about Jensen and Gracie. And what caught my interest about this is that Gracie has some sort of stumbling incident on some stairs, and Jensen catches her or stops her from falling, but he's the one who falls to the bottom of the stairs. And apparently the two of them have not really liked each other, so she's getting blamed by a lot of people for purposely pushing Jensen down the stairs. So she now feels obligated to stay with him and help him during his recovery.
Yeah. Hello. Okay. So the next one is one that I've had that I need to read, and that is Pride, Prejudice, and Mistletoe. So we'll see how this one goes. This is a modern day Pride and Prejudice retelling, and it's a gender swap where the heroine is Darcy Fitzwilliam, and the hero, I can't remember what they said his name is in here, but Luke Bennett is his name. And so she is the grumpy Darcy in this book, and he is the Elizabeth Bennet character. So I'm really curious to see how this one goes.
I've never read Pride and Prejudice.
Oh, we're not going to tell them that. Have you watched the movies?
No.
Okay. There will be an intervention staged. Nobody worry. I'm going to go get my Christmas pajamas, and I'll be at your house in about 5 hours.
Sweet.
Okay.
Okay. So my next book is going to be Pride and Prejudice. Okay. So my next book on my list is called A Chance Encounter by Nikki Ash. And Nikki Ash is one of the Romance Invades the Rockies author. This is about Sophia, who finds out when she's 18 that she is pregnant. And when she finds out she is pregnant, she finds out that her boyfriend is actually engaged or married. I think she finds out about his fiance. So her life has just been focusing on raising her daughter by herself when she has a chance encounter with Easton, who's a musician, and she saves him from a killer bee. And then something goes from there. I'm excited to read it. It's been on my TBR for a while before I even knew the author was going to be there. And so this just kind of, helped bump it up out of like the 600 and some books.
Yeah.
On the list.
Yeah. So this is another book that I wanted to read for a while, but I put it off till Christmas. I actually had it on my TBR a few months back, and then I was like, no, I'm gonna wait till Christmas. And that is How the Hitman Stole Christmas by Sam Mariano.
Oh, yes.
I know. Look how beautiful this book is. Isn't it gorgeous? So this is a special edition copy of it. But this is about Jasper, who is a hitman, and he sees a girl on the side of the road. Who has broken down. Her tire has popped. And so he pulls over to help her. But then, you know, he was doing a good deed, but then he decides to take her. So again, nothing says Christmas like Hitman and snow. Santa. Obsessive. I don't know. But I am really excited to read this one.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay, so next up, to go along with all the Christmas books, I'm going to go back to Pam Godwin's Deliver series. And I'm going to read the next book in that series, which is number 4, Dasty. And this one I'm very excited about. When I read book 3, they talk about these characters a little bit. And I'm like, oh, I hope there's going to be a book. So I was very excited to see it was the next book. So this is about Tate, who is going to be searching for Camille's sister. That Camille and is it Camille?
Yeah.
Okay, phew. That Camille and everyone else believes to be dead. And so I'm assuming her sister's gonna pop up and be alive in this, or maybe he finds some other girl, like that's really, really vague on the back. And I have really tried hard not to have any spoilers for this series. So I really don't know if he's gonna find the sister or if he's gonna find somebody else along the way or what happens. So I'm excited to read it.
I'm excited that you're reading these. Like, I love these ones so much. So I'm excited that you're reading them. But okay, so I'm done with Christmas, just so we all know. So the next book that I have on my list to read is The Island by Dea Daniels. This is a survival romance, and all the blurb tells us is one island, 2 people, a spider monkey, far from the only home they've ever known. Would you accept your fate? That's it. So I think I've heard, and I could be wrong, but I have heard that it's like 2 sets of friends, like married couples, and they lose their spouse, each person, one couple, and then they're stuck on an island together. I'm not sure if that's true or not. We will find out when I read it, but I've been wanting to read this one for a while.
Okay, so I read Stay With Me by Nicole
Fiorina
back in October.
Mm-hmm.
And then I needed to finish the trilogy. It was really good. I finished it on the plane. And so I had to like switch to like whatever my next book was that I had downloaded. And so I just ended up off the series, and it's really good. So I should probably explain really quickly. This is about Mia and Ollie. They are both in a behavioral institution, I guess you could call it. They both have done things that should lead them to going to jail, but because they're kids, they're like teenagers, they get to go here instead. Mia's dad has a lot of money, and so he was able to get her sentenced to here. So they're basically going to school, but they're in an institution. There's therapy sessions and all of that stuff, and they meet here and form some sort of relationship, but there's a lot of other things going on, and I don't want to give anything away. So I am going to read book 2 and book 3. I'm going to finish the trilogy. Again, it's really good. There's no reason that I stopped reading it other than that there was just the break because I was on an airplane, and then I just didn't get back to it because sometimes like that just gets away from me. But anyways, it's a good series. Like, people should read it. So I'm going to finish it.
Okay. So I have Hidden in Brutal Devotion by BJ Alpha. And then I also have Love and Brutal Devotion. Both of them are by BJ. This is a duet. This is it's a reverse harem. And I do believe that 2 of the guys are brothers in this. And there's such a glare on here. I'm not going to continue to hold it. All I know is it's BJ. I think it might be Mafia, but maybe not. But I do know that it's reverse harem. I don't know why I have so many reverse harem on my list for Christmas, but apparently that's where we're going right now. So I want to get those read.
Okay. So next up, I have Travis by Mia Sheridan. So in our live show, we were talking about Mia Sheridan quite a bit. And it reminded me that I have Travis sitting on my bookshelf and I have not read this yet. So I decided to add this to my December TBR. This is obviously about Travis and Haven. And Haven's life is kind of falling apart, and she comes to town, and her and Travis form some sort of unlikely friendship, and he is going to help her win over a guy. And I'm going to assume that he's going to regret that. So, Mia Sheridan always writes really well, so I'm looking forward to reading this one.
Okay, so the last one that's on my list, and I'm really, really excited about this. This is from Misty Walker. This is her newest series that she just started. This is an MC series, so this is the first in that, and this is Rigger's Mistake. And it sounds like, so from what I can tell from the back, this is about our hero and heroine who were very close when they were young, and then some things happened. They get split apart, and I think it said 13 years later, he is the VP and he is starting a new life. So he's the VP of this MC, and they are starting up a brothel, which yay. So they're calling it the Honey Pot Ranch. That's quite the name. So anyhow, and our heroine comes walking through the door looking for a job, and he recognizes her right away. And the last line on the back says, "My stepsister will not be spreading her legs for anyone but me." So apparently it's step sibling. So yeah, Misty Walker writes great MC. So I am so excited. Nothing says Christmas like a stepbrother, stepsister romance.
We'll add that to my TBR.
Okay, guys. So that is our TBR for December. So let's see how many of these we can get read this month. We're going to try really, really hard to do good and finish out the year. I'm not committing to all 15, but
yes.
Yeah. So
all right, make sure to hit that subscribe button and leave us a comment. Do you stick to your TBR? Do you make a TBR? Tell us about your TBR. And if you do stick to a TBR, how do you do it?
What's your secret?
Please. And if we said any books that are going on your TBR that you're hoping to read, let us know that too. Make sure to check back on Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays for new videos from us, and also for the rest of this year on Wednesdays for Romance School 101.
Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video.